Drafts. Oh, I didn't know I could do that.
Yo, it's good, man. Yo. Yeah, I just want to get on here. Yeah, I just want to get on here so we can kind of probably, reach this audience and just let them know, oh, Rudolph, what's going on, brother? To let them know, like, what we just talked about in the other group, on the Facebook group or whatever. Kind of get some of these people over here, over there or whatnot. But, yeah, dude, you hit some good points, man. I think that went great. I think it's only going to get better uphill from here. I think that's something that really need to be talked about, the banking industry, how banking and the crowd Wall Street. Another of my partners, Big Rob, what's going on? That's my broker right here, real estate broker, one of the best in LA and California. And crowdfunding versus banking. And even when you're talking about somebody who want to crowdfund to do like a commercial real estate deal, speaking of commercial, Robert Pitts in the house, my boy, imagine how everybody going out their way to do these little diamond triangle scheme things or whatever, investment Ponzi looking things or whatever. It's like, well, if y'all got that same energy to get all these people together to here go 1,500, well, imagine if you put that in crowdfunding and put that towards a commercial property or buying a business or something along the lines of that. So like we always say, we have to start thinking larger, thinking on the larger scale of things and not just staying at that sole proprietorship mindset. You see what I'm saying? So I think you definitely hit some good points, bro. And just getting the masses to think on a larger scale. My brother just hopped in here. What's going on? But yeah, I mean, what you think?
Nah, man, like I probably don't even remember half of the stuff I was saying, dude. I was just flowing. But
You was flowing, bro. You was letting it go, man.
the ideal is, the reason we started that chat. The reason we started that chat because a lot of people that I was running in contact with was asking questions about the difference. Like, what's the difference of me going to get, a bank loan versus getting on crowdfunding to raise capital there?
Right.
And, one of the obvious reasons is when it comes to startup, especially when you just starting a business.
Right.
If you don't have a superb business plan where it's going to, appease the business owner, the bank manager, they're not going to give you the money. And in most cases, unfortunately, many of us, black owned, businesses, black founders, we don't have the proper credit or the proper financial statements or business savvy to really understand what's needed to get that bank funding. So most banks, they are in business to make a profit. So if they're lending money, they're looking for a good return on their return. So if you have a small company, a small business, or just an idea, it's difficult for you to get bank funding unless you have that proper credit score and you have some other form of income and you can go ahead and get a SBA loan. Now, what I always say is with crowdfunding, you don't have to have the best credit.
No.
You don't have to provide, in most cases at this stage, you don't have to provide no financial documents.
No.
And the biggest thing is you can go get a bank loan, but you still may not have no customers.
No.
So what's the chances of you may have the money to get the bank loan, you may have the credit, but you end up getting a $100,000 loan or a $50,000 loan and turn out the business don't work out in your favor because there's no market out there for the products or services that you're trying to sell. Now you got a debt over your head that you got to pay back. So with crowdfunding, it really helps entrepreneurs to find that market and to get that traction of a new product or services they looking to to offer out to the community. Because the ideal is when you create a business plan, you're introducing that to a bank manager or whoever's in business development, right? That's not your ideal customer. You're just looking at them to get the money. With crowdfunding, when you're pitching your idea, pitching your product or services, not only are these people can become potential backers or investors in your company, but they're also potential customers. So it's like you killing two birds with one stone. And one of the videos that I shared was Dan Luck. Dan Luck said people vote with their money. So if I'm able to have a product or service and I come on a crowdfunding platform and I'm able to pitch the crowd on whatever it is that I'm offering, I would know it works based on the people who back my company up with money.
Right.
Just like stock. If you believe in a stock, you're going to vote on that stock with your money.
Yeah.
So the same thing with a startup. So, you know, that's pretty much the idea, man, because one of the things that we're trying to do at Crowd Wall Street, we're trying to get our people to think at a higher level. 90% of Black-owned businesses are sole proprietors, self-employed. Right. And I was just reading something that was saying out of 1.2 million Black-owned businesses, 1.2 million of 2 million Black-owned businesses don't have no employees, or have 1 or 2 employees. That's it. Right. So it's, when we're talking about building generational wealth, one of the ways is creating a business where we can hire our people. Yeah. We could put our people on. And like we always say, everybody may not be an entrepreneur, but there's other ways that we can support these entrepreneurs by becoming investors, by working for them, becoming an employee. So yeah, man, it's
you know, one of the craziest things about it, like you said, is the pros and cons, or the comparisons between crowdfunding and banking. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? They coming on here showing love. Hey, appreciate everybody. You guys, please share these lives. You know, we want to do this for the culture. And I have a lot of friends and peers that's in this chat right now that do a multitude of things. And by you guys sharing this, you know, hopefully we can get you guys on here to interview you guys, and you can talk about what you do, as well as come on our platform, Crowd Wall Street, and make an account, okay? And we could get funding for your business, your respective businesses or whatnot. Or maybe you guys may want to invest in the business that you see on our platform. So crowdwallstreet.com, go on there. It's free to make an account, and you know, to get started or whatnot. We want to build it up to 1,000 people, and yeah, we want to really grow this thing. So it's kind of like banking, but it's a different way of banking in a sense. But yeah, so we was on Facebook Live earlier, not too long ago, and we was talking about the differences between banking, traditional banking, Wells Fargo, or even credit unions, and crowdfunding. And for those who may not know, crowdfunding is basically it's the idea of having a business. You're a startup, you have a business idea, and you're looking for funding. And a lot of times when you go to the bank, you got to have all kind of financial statements and all this stuff to show that you got some kind of revenue coming in. And a lot of times, if you already don't have that, banks necessarily won't fund you. You could get funded, but it's like the interest rates are through the roof. If it falls through, then you're stuck in debt and you have to pay that bank back with interest, as opposed to crowdfunding. Crowdfunding, and it's crazy because when you come on social media, I see people doing it all the time. The same way you build your Instagram group to 10,000 or 1 million or whatnot. Imagine if you have those same people and you had a business interest, and you're able to come on Crowd Wall Street, which is our platform, and you're able to influence those people to invest in your business. But the thing about it is, there's a disclosure like, hey, there's not 100% chance that this business may do well, but however, this is what I have going on. This is some of the success I had, and with this money, I'll be able to go to the next level, as opposed to going to the bank where if it don't work, then you know. But go ahead, Tia.
I mean, yeah. And that's one of the key things to crowdfunding, because you can get a business loan and your business might not work. Like, you have a lot of businesses, especially like I was saying before, pre-COVID, you already had small businesses and Black-owned businesses that was already struggling. You know, me being a consultant and me working with, you know, small businesses, I don't ran into a couple of companies that's in the red, and they're operating on the red. They're operating on a cash-to-cash basis, and they was already struggling. So COVID just put the icing on the cake. And they said over 41% of Black-owned businesses shut down. Now, out of that 41% of small businesses that shut down, how many had bank loans that was out? How many had equipment financing loans that was out? That debt still had to be paid back. The bank don't care about that. They want to make sure, hey, I want my money back. Because they're in the business of earning based on interest. Yep. So that's, you know, collateral and all that stuff. Because in most cases, that's another thing too. If you don't have a strong financial background or financial document or financial foundation, more likely you're going to have collateral, or you're going to have to PG it. So if your business do fail, that gives the lenders the opportunity to take whatever your assets is into in some cases, your personal assets.
Your personal assets, the
beauty of crowdfunding is, if you need $50,000, let's just say you need $50,000 to launch your business, to produce your products, to expand your service, to manufacture your whatever you're coming up with, you need $50,000, right? Right. The beauty of it is you have the opportunity to pitch the crowd. You have an opportunity because, again, not only are these people willing to invest in your company or back your company up, these same people can become potential customers. Because I know if I'm backing something up, more likely I'm gonna purchase it, I'm gonna use it. Right. So the beauty of crowdfunding is, if I have a product and I start a campaign and I'm pitching the crowd, and I'm advertising, I'm marketing to get people to back my company up to raise this $50,000, and let's say I only raised $10,000, I didn't reach my max. You know, I ain't reached my funding goal. My funding goal was 50. I only raised $10,000. Guess what? When your funding goal ends and you didn't reach your goal, everybody get their money back. There's no debt. There's no overhead. There's nothing. Only thing you left with to understand and say, okay, let me reach out to these people and find out, okay, why they didn't back my company up. What are some things that I need to change? It's just a matter of me going back to the drawing board and try to figure out what changes can I make. You know, why these people didn't like my product and services. So you're able to walk away without no debt, without no debt whatsoever. And that's the beauty of it, man. It's like, it's a way to test the waters. Man. It's a way to test the water.
And you know, another point that you made in the Facebook group live that was great is that when you get a loan from the bank, that is it, and that is all. They don't market it. They don't do any of those things. You get a loan from the bank, now you still got to go out there and do marketing and all that stuff like that, which with crowdfunding, you're still going to do marketing, but we also have a marketing team as well. And we have two forms of marketing too. We got the first level marketing where, because you came on our platform, we're going to interview you. We're going to share that. You get to share that interview that you do or whatnot. Your pitch deck, you get to share that. We're going to promote your business on all of our social media brands, as well as our personal website. So we got this soft marketing. But then if you want to take it to the next level, we also have a marketing team where, you know, for a small fee, we can really take your business to that next level and get it in front of thousands upon thousands of people. Versus you go to a credit union or a bank, you're not going to get that kind of marketing. You're not going to get that backing. They're going to give you the money. This is our interest rate. This is when we want it back. And you know, this is their terms, and that's it. Now you still got to figure it out. As opposed to having a team. When you come to Crowd Wall Street, our platform, which Dash, welcome to the group. Dash, what's going on, brother? To the live. Yeah, when you come to Crowd Wall Street, we're going to provide you a multitude of tools that you can use to help grow your business to that next level. So I think that's another great benefit that crowdfunding have over the bank, which it's not a competition, but we're just kind of comparing the pros and the cons of the bank. And now another thing with crowdfunding is a great way to get your business started, right? It's like a jump start to get your business going. And then once you get some those funds and cash flow going, now you got something that you can bring to the bank if you want to go that route. Or because your product is doing so well and you got those receipts of how well your business or your product is doing, you can come back to Crowd Wall Street and raise another campaign. So, hey, you know, I just need $100,000. Okay, cool. We're going to market and get your company right. Hey, we want to thank everybody for joining the group. You guys are turning up. But, yeah, so, you know, you did the first round with us, a campaign, $100,000. We got you right. Okay, boom. Your business is doing so well. You know what? I don't even want to go to the bank because I was able to raise $100,000 and I don't have to pay any of this back. Now you come back to us. Hey, you know, you guys at Crowd Wall Street did great. I need $1 million. So I need $10 million because we're ready to license or franchise our brand into different states, so we need more money. Now you're able to come back to us, and now you have some proof and some solid proof that my business did well. Here's the financials.
And that's the key.
You know what I'm saying? They help it grow. And now we have to raise $10, $50 million for your business.
That's dope, because when you think about it, it'll make it easier to raise more capital when you come back the second time around.
Right.
Because the same people who invested in your company in the beginning, and they figure out, okay, now you're showing a little level of success, and now you're looking to expand, and then you come back.
Oh man.
You still have that same crowd, the same group of people who already believe in your business. So not only are you able to capture them, but now you're able to capture a whole nother audience.
Come on, man. This is crazy. And look, oh, go ahead. I'm listening.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was saying, and what we're talking about, this is just the beginning, you guys. VTAP 10, welcome. Fruity Jen, welcome. Dash, what's going on? Hey, you guys, if you guys can you guys please share this live on your news feed so we get more people? We're just talking about crowdfunding, explaining how crowdfunding works, and the banking system, and what are some of the pros and cons of both. Now with crowdfunding, another thing. So let's say that you could be somebody that's on that platform, and you see another business that's on there, and you're like, wait, this seemed like a solid business plan or business idea. Let me throw a couple of $1,000s towards this. And we always go back to Facebook. Imagine being one of those initial investors when Facebook was here. With the banking game, the bank, you like somebody invests, or you invest in that, and then that's it. Like you just pay the loan off and that's it. Versus if you're an investor on Crowd Wall Street, which is our platform, you guys can make an account in there, crowdwallstreet.com, and make a free account. When you invest in a company on our platform, and let's say it's a Facebook, and you get it where it was like, less than 100,000 worth, and you put 10,000, you got 10% stake on here. Well, imagine when Facebook comes back and they do another campaign for $10 million, and then they're evaluated at $1 billion, and your 10% is what now, $100 million? Because you know what I'm saying? It's like, crowdfunding is so major, and our people don't know about it because it's not talked about enough, that it's insane, man. And I just wish you guys, man, just go to Crowd Wall Street. We have a university where we can teach you guys about crowdfunding, where we teach you. We have videos, tutorials of how crowdfunding works. And you think about these athletes, LeBron James raising $1 million to do what $100 million. He raised $100 million to do what he did. A lot of you guys are very creative minds. Mark Zuckerberg isn't the only one that can have a Facebook-like idea. We have a lot of these people in our own communities, but because we don't have the credit, because our businesses aren't quite established with financially, the banks ain't giving us loans. It's not a secret that minorities are the least funded, or least likely to be funded by these major banks and corporations. That credit unions make it a little easier, but you still got to pay these loans back at the end of the day. They don't help market your business. With Crowd Wall Street, our crowdfunding platform, you come on there, we're going to help you market your business. And like I was saying earlier, before some of you guys get out here, we got soft marketing, and we got our own packages where we market your business to help it grow or whatnot. So I mean, what do you think about that, Tia?
Well, that's another key thing, because like I say, there's really like, it sounds like one is better than the other, but
right. A lot of competition.
Bank funding has its purpose. It has its purpose. And crowdfunding have its purpose. So, like I said in the Facebook live, it all goes to, what is your goals? What is your plans? What is your approach in raising capital? For the most part, bank funding really help with traditional businesses.
Right.
If you already have an established business, you're looking to start an established business, you have some assets you want to leverage, by all means, you can go to bank funding.
Right.
But with crowdfunding, especially with Crowd Wall Street, we're looking to expand businesses. We're looking to create a way for businesses to scale their company. We're not just, like we said before, 90% of these small businesses, especially Black-owned businesses, are sole proprietors. Yeah. We can't build wealth like that. No. We have to be able to scale our businesses and capture a larger market share of these companies. Yeah. A lot of our companies are in primarily service-based businesses. You know, we just do, you know, services, but there's a lot of opportunity out there for us. But I believe we haven't touched that because of the lack of access.
Right.
The lack of access to capital, the lack of access to network. So the benefit of crowdfunding, especially with Crowd Wall Street, is not only are we giving you access to capital, we also give you access to a network. So just imagine coming on our platform and now you have 1,000 people on the platform that's waiting to invest.
Oh man!
And not only waiting to invest, you might have somebody that's a venture capitalist. You might have somebody that's a private equity. You might have somebody that's a banker. You might have somebody that's a marketing expert. You might have somebody that you can partner up with that understand technology.
Right.
That's the beauty of it. You don't know who you're talking to. You don't know who you're presenting to.
You never
so
know.
When we do our pitch to crowd and you're pitching your business, remember that you pitching your business to a variety of people. So that's one of the things, like you said, man, you can get a bank loan, but the bank ain't gonna advertise and ain't gonna promote your business. No. So when you get a bank loan, now you still on your own, because now you gotta, you know, you still gotta market your business. You still got to manufacture your products. You still got to set the business up. You still got to do all that. And then to do all that and your business still fails, that hurts.
Because you got to pay that loan back still with interest. That loan ain't going nowhere. That bank, they like pimps. I want my money.
So just so you guys know, if you don't know about Crowd Wall Street, right now we are at our phase 1. Phase 1 is our rewards-based offering. So reward base is mainly for what we call pre-seed or startup. So those individuals that's looking to start a business, you have a product, you have a service that you want to launch out and you need the capital to do it. Our rewards-based platform will be able to assist you. If you join our Facebook group, Crowd Wall Street Group, Crowd Wall Street Group. If you join our Facebook group, we have videos, we have, you know, some training on there that'll educate you on that part, understanding reward space. Our phase 2 is when we're going to launch our equity and real estate offering. That way now, with the equity portion, you're able to raise capital just like the stock market, but you're able to raise capital and offer a small percentage of ownership to your small investors. Understand this. Even when it comes to real estate, you're able to have real estate deals where you're able to raise capital. Listen, you don't even have to go to hard money lenders no more. No. To be honest. No. You can come on our platform. If you have a good deal, you can come on our platform and you're already exposed to 1,000 investors, which is our goal. You're already exposed to 1,000 investors. So the thing is just like you invest in the stock market. So like what Jansky was saying, this opportunity right now, we never had this, especially as Black investors, as Black founders, Black entrepreneurs. We never had them. When he mentioned about Facebook, Uber, Tesla, understand this. When these companies like Airbnb just filed to go IPO, right? Right. Everybody on Facebook, Instagram said, oh, Airbnb getting ready to go, you know, IPO. I'm ready to buy that stock. The moment Airbnb go public, and the moment we go ahead and buy stocks of Airbnb, we think we're winning. And in most cases, we are. We're getting in early. Yeah. But the people who are really winning are the people who invested in Airbnb before they went public. Pre-IPO. Yeah. Yeah. Pre-IPO. And see, back then, before the Jobs Act, before Obama passed the Jobs Act, only wealthy accredited investors were able to invest in these companies. What are accredited investors, Tia? So accredited investors are individuals or institutions, I would say individuals that are worth, their net worth is $1 million plus, and they have a gross revenue of $200,000 a year in the past 2 to 3 years. Mm-hmm. Many of us don't have that. And that million is minus their actual residence. So if your house is worth $600,000, you can't count that. So it's $1 million aside from that. So now, how many people do you know that got $1 million that's laying around that they can invest in these companies? So we wasn't able to invest in Facebook, Uber, and all these companies, whatever, like, you know, just Lyft or whoever it is. We wasn't able to invest in these companies pre-IPO. And when we say IPO was initial public offering, meaning, okay, now the public, now y'all can get in here.
Like all the
Now,
big dogs
go
and
ahead.
that,
Now
yeah,
y'all can
yeah,
see.
yeah. Here go the, here go some leftovers, which you can still make money. But that's when it goes to Robin Hood and Webull and all that. Now you can go in the stock market and invest in it. But what about the people before that? Because what happened is when a company goes IPO, everybody in the world is going to invest in that company. So pre-IPO, this company probably was worth $100 million, maybe. They was able to raise $100 million, and they go IPO. And now because the whole world is investing in it, all these states or whatnot, the same company is worth $10 billion, $20 billion. So whoever got in first, they automatically became billionaires. This is what venture capitalists do. They find these companies and get in there early. They get in there, angel investors, venture capitalists. They get in these companies very early, and then when these companies go IPO or they're bought out by private equity funds, they just ride the wave. So when you hear about Nas, a company that Nas invested in, they just went IPO and he made $300 million. His private equity firm or venture capital firm made $300 million. Or when you hear about Beyonce, she did a $6 million concert, and then it was gonna pay her cash, and she said, "No, pay me in private stock." Private initial before it goes IPO, and then they go IPO, and that $6 million is now worth $300 million in a matter of 3 years. This is the game that we ain't playing. We're not playing this game. And when this stuff like this happens, all we do is share it. Oh yeah, boy, y'all see that? Beyonce turned $6 million into $300 million. Oh, Chameleon invested in Facebook way back then, and now he worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what we do. We just share it and forget about it. But in nobody's mind do we think, how can I get in that? I'm trading stock. This is cool. But how can I get in this? Right? Because everybody who invests in these companies, they're billionaires. This is how we can create more billionaires. In the United States, Robert Smith is like one of the only billionaires, and he has a private equity firm. Like, let's research these people. I mean, Jay-Z and stuff, that's cool. But Jay-Z barely just becoming a billionaire, and you think about the stuff that he had to do, sell this and the clothing line and this, and that, it's easier ways to get it, not knocking Jay-Z. But everybody do music, which is nothing wrong with that. But take your money and put it in some other kind of investment streams. And we're thinking big. Anybody can become a millionaire. In 10 years, $1 million ain't going to be nothing. 10, 20, that's going to be nothing. We got to be more black billionaires. Right? Robert Smith is like one of the only main ones.
We got to talk billions.
Yeah.
We got to talk billions.
We got to talk millions. And when you start talking billions, your mind will start to work and figure out ways to achieve those goals. It's kind of like buying a house. Go ahead, Tia.
No, I was gonna say let briefly let them because a lot of times, like, for the most part, our people don't really understand that space, because that always been the white man's game. Right. We don't really understand that space. And it's like when we talking about venture capitalists, private equity, you have to understand a lot of those terms.
Oh, yeah.
It's not accustomed to our people's ears. Like, venture, like, what is that?
That's
you know what I'm saying?
That's fact.
Because the thing is, back then, only white people occupied. White people was in position to write the checks.
That's true.
So when it comes to black founders and black entrepreneurs, we had no race and we had no running the race, because we may have this great idea, we may have this great product, we may have this great service, and one of the things we lacked was access to capital. So we couldn't go to banks, we couldn't go to investors, we couldn't go to VCs, which is venture capitalists, we couldn't go to private equity firms, because majority of the people who occupy that space was white males. So and it tells you, statistics shows you that over 80% of those space of people who occupy that space was white males. So white people will only do business with the people who they're familiar with.
Exactly.
So automatically they look at us as black founders and black entrepreneurs as we're not worthy. Right. We're a big risk. So back then, that's why most of these companies, like Jansky said, how many black owned companies do you see on the stock market?
And we always like stock market, right? So we making all the money. No, right. He was the last one. Johnson, and he's not on that.
For the most part, we dominate the local market. We dominate, the mom and pop shops. We dominate the barber shops and the nail salons and the t-shirt business in our local community. But the game is bigger than that. Like we good down here, but what we're trying to do and what our goals is as Crowd Wall Street, we're trying to expand the mindset. We're trying to expand the business. So So
man,
yeah, so basically, like he was saying, man, like these companies in the pre-IPO stage were white wealthy investors that had private equity, that had venture capitalists, and they had all the fun. Now today, we have more black venture capital firms that's being birthed. And one of our goals is to create strategic partnerships with these black VCs. Because at the end of the day, we're able to advance, you know, small businesses, black founders, black businesses. We're able to, you know, create an opportunity where you're able to do business globally. You're able to do business in Africa, Ghana, you know, Nigeria. You're able to do that. You're able to get the funding to open up. You got this restaurant, right? You have a restaurant, you're doing good, you're satisfied. We want to change your mind. We want to say, okay, let's do a franchise.
There we go.
Let's create a franchise. You may be good in this space, but the way of creating wealth is saying, okay, I want to franchise out and start another franchise in another area and put my buddy on, or my homegirl or my homeboy on, who got they college degree or whatever, or who's good at business management or whoever.
Right.
I'm putting my friend on. Now they working the other franchise. Now I get to hire more employees.
Come on, man.
So now we talking about putting our people on. Like if I'm a sole proprietor and I'm only running the business for myself, how am I building wealth? How am I helping my people if I'm only in it for myself? So we're creating an atmosphere where now you're thinking beyond that. How can I scale my business now? I can hire, at least 2 to 3 employees. How can I bring in 6-figure revenues? How can I buy another business? That's a whole different topic.
Oh, it's a whole different topic.
Like, now with Crowd Wall Street, those inspiring entrepreneurs that have these great ideas, those that's in the tech, now you have an opportunity where you don't really have to beg nobody for the money. You can come right on the platform, raise capital, scale your business, and now we're able to have, because of our relationships, you're able to raise more money down the road with venture capitalists or private equity firms. So that's one of the beauty of what we're trying to establish with Crowd Wall Street.
Yeah. This is crazy, guys. I mean, and you know what, too? And welcome everybody that just recently got in the chat. Tonev, and TL, Tonev, that's another one of my buddies. He's from New York. We met out here in California. We played ball together. Now he's in Miami, as a matter of fact. He's where you at right now, bro. But he has an online website, an app that he's putting together right now. It's going to be something major. It's definitely going to be something disruptive in the industry. We got my boy Chris Adams. And you guys, you think about, well, we want to get a job and we got to put these applications for all these, these white collar jobs, which is nothing wrong with that. But imagine, because just you or one of your partners was thinking on a larger scale to that, you can hire your own people. When these jobs get to wild and they call us out our names and they treat us all kind of ways, imagine, because you was the one that thought outside the box and you created a business to where you can hire your own people, right? And put your own people on. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully, because they love and they respect you and they appreciate what you're doing, then they're gonna work just as hard as for you as they would our other counterparts. So with Crowd Wall Street, you're able to, you got this idea and you're able to come on here and influence your people. Hey, this is what I got going on. The same thing you guys see Shark Tank do is kind of the same thing that you would do with us. You would come on our platform, create an account, crowdwallstreet.com. You come on our platform, you make an account, it's free. To make an account is free. If you wanna raise a fund on our account, because like we said earlier, we have rewards right now, and the second phase is gonna be equity and real estate. So right now you got an idea and you want to test it out. Hey, I need to raise $20,000. Okay, you come, we look at your financials. Tarian, what's going on? So we look at your financials and see what you got going on and see what kind of traction you've already gained or whatnot, and see if that'll be a good fit for our platform, crowdwallstreet.com. And based off that, then we're gonna start promoting. We're gonna promote your brand, and we have venture capitalists that may be experts in what it is that you're trying to do. So let's guess what? You know what? I like what Tanev is doing. Let me put a couple of $1,000s into that. Okay? And rewards you're going to have services on your platform and you give them discount. That's how rewards work. Rewards based works where they come on your platform, they make an account and whatnot, and let's say you charge $30 a month. Well, for those investors, those backers that invested in your company to help it grow, then you would get them 30% off. You know, that's the reward. You get them some kind of 50% off or something like that. Or if you're selling shirts for $50, well, because they're invested, they're kind of like, you know, here you go $25. You know, here you go, you know, instead of, you know, we're going to give you half off because you invest in this company. So now your company's grown and now you get that money rolling in. And now you're like, you know what? $20,000 was good. I need to raise $2 million. Come back on crowdwallstreet.com. We got our venture capitalists. Okay, now he's ready to do equity. Now you're ready to, you know, provide equity. And when we say provide equity, meaning a percentage of your company. So if you're investing in Facebook back in the day when it was 100,000 and you had $10,000 invested in it and you had 10% equity in that company, well, when Facebook went IPO and it became a $50 billion company, well, you get 10% of that $50 billion. Another example. Huh?
Pause. Let me tell you the beauty of that, right?
Yeah, this is crazy, y'all. I love this, man.
Understanding the wealth building strategy when it comes to now ownership or equity, because think about it. Most of these companies, obviously, that we invest in the stock market are white-owned, you know, owners or founders, right?
All of them.
So now, yeah, majority of them. So just imagine I have a business, right? And I'm looking to scale my company to go global, whatever the case may be, right? And now I'm able to offer equity to my investors, to other black investors, black backers, right?
Oh, so
Jansky, you the investor, right?
Yeah.
And I'm giving you a percentage of ownership of my company,
right?
To help me raise capital so I can go global with my business, right?
Okay, yeah.
Just the beauty of it. If I was selling soap, just keep it simple. If I was selling soap, my soap is going to be distributed in Target, Walmart, and globally, right? And you have a small percentage of ownership of my company.
Yeah.
It's going to push you more to support my company. It's going to push you more to get others to support my company, because the more my company, the more my company scale and the more money we bring in, the more you get a piece of that pot. Now we're creating wealth,
man.
Because now the more support I get, the more revenue I'm bringing in, the more dividends I get to hash out. Now I'm scaling to a 7-figure business, and then a big corporation or another black-owned corporation end up buying my company out. That's payday for you.
Come on, man.
Now you talking about cashing in 6 figures, 7 figures, whatever the valuation may be. So understanding, like, dude,
this happening, man.
Listen, the great thing about this is just the beginning. Just the beginning.
Yeah.
Just like banking,
exactly.
peer-to-peer lending.
Yeah.
Peer-to-peer.
Yeah. Exactly. Right. And to now, you came on a little later, but you're right. We were stating the differences between you starting out with a business and going to a bank, and you starting a business and you're doing crowdfunding. And crowdfunding is, hey, you guys, look, I'm on Crowd Wall Street right now, and I have this great idea. And you guys, if you guys can invest $1,000 a piece, if everybody can invest $1,000 a piece, my goal is to reach $10,000 right now. You know what I'm saying? And then before people invest, then they're gonna, we're gonna get them a whole background of your business and how it works and whatnot, and let them know, hey, this is an investment. It's rewards based, so you're not gonna get any equity, or you're not gonna get paid out. However, you're gonna get a discount on this person's services. And if for whatever reason, God forbid, your business don't work out, your investors understand that it's not 100% chance that this business is going to work, and you're going to be good. It's like all this forgiven. I don't want to lose equity. That's my issue with investors, right? Yeah, exactly. So the thing about this with banking, you go to the bank and it's a startup. The interest rate is going to be high for one. Well, if you don't have the credit, If you can't PG, like it's going to be hard, but then you get it, which is nothing wrong with it. There's a lot of people that go through banking, but when you start a new business and you don't have no cash flow coming in, it just be a little tough. You got to use credit cards and things of that sort. But if you default and your business doesn't go up to expectations or whatever, you got to pay that loan back with interest. Sometimes 7%. So imagine you took out a 20% loan at 7% from the bank, and your business default. God forbid, God forbid it does, but it default. That bank gonna say, "Oh, okay, well, we sorry to hear that." Then you don't have to worry about paying us back. You still got to pay that money back at the end of the day. You still have to pay it back. You know how it's crazy in the venture capital world. These venture capitalists, they invest in companies knowing that this may not work. They're just looking for the one unicorn. They're looking for the one Uber, Lyft, Facebook, Tesla. They're looking for that one unicorn that's going to work, and that's going to take them over the top. So they invest in these companies knowing like, hey, this may not work, but I'm investing in it. This may not work. But now imagine if we do that with our own people, invest in our people's businesses, and if it don't work, it's like, okay, hey, but at least I invest in it because I want to see you win. When you invest on GoFundMe, you don't get nothing in return. The reason you invest in GoFundMe is because maybe you have a love for this person, or you appreciate them, or somebody that you respect or whatever, but you don't get no return on that.
Let's talk about GoFundMe.
Because that's what our people go to, right? GoFundMe. It's like we trying to do business. Go ahead, Tia.
They say,
what's the collateral?
They say, what's
upscaling through crowd?
There ain't no collateral.
It ain't no collateral.
There's no collateral.
Nah.
Ain't no collateral.
No collateral to know. But go ahead, Tia.
So first thing first, far as the collateral part, understand this. As we know, the bank, if you're a high risk industry or you're a high risk individual, but the bank is willing to take that chance with you, that's where collateral come in there. That's where they want you to personal guarantee, because at the end of the day, especially statistics shows that it's a high chance that 90%, 95% of startups fail. So understand that just being a startup alone is already against you. Yeah. Then being a black founder or a black small business owner don't make it even better. Then not having the proper credit or financial documents still don't make it better for you. So when it comes to that, that's why banks offer that collateral. Right, especially for a big loan. But understand this too. Statistically, as black founders, black entrepreneurs, they never get the right amount of funding that they request. Generally, they never get it. So with crowdfunding, the beauty of it is this. When you're raising capital on Crowd Wall Street, if you need $10,000, if you need $10,000 to market your business or to produce your product or whatever, you're not only pitching to investors, but you also pitching to potential customers. So like we said earlier, people vote with their dollars. So if you have a product, and to me as a business consultant, it's a great way to test the waters, because I don't ran into too many people trying to start businesses because they like it. It ain't about what you like, it's about your target market. So people end up putting all this energy into starting a business and then get mad because nobody's supporting their business, nobody buying their product. Maybe because it's not attractive. You're reaching the wrong target market. So with Crowd Wall Street, you're able to present your business idea or your business product to a crowd full of people, and they get to vote with their dollars. So if you're able to raise $10,000, to me and to you, that shows that you have a valuable product. That means people believe in what you're doing, and that will help you along the way. Now, again, with the bank, you can get a bank loan, a small bank loan to start a business, going through all the work or, getting the loan and getting the product developed, working on your marketing, and you might not ever make a sale because there's no target market for your business. Guess what? You still got to pay that loan back. Versus Crowd Wall Street, if your goal is to raise $10,000 and you market your business, because you still gonna have to market, you market your business, you good on our Pitch the Crowd platform, and you pitch your crowd to the platform, and the crowd's able to ask questions about your business. If you don't raise $10,000, listen to me. If you don't raise $10,000, guess what? Everybody who initially backed your company. Let's say you only raised 5,000. All that money go back to the backers.
Yeah.
No loss. Only thing, and I won't even say you lost time, because a real entrepreneur, a real business-minded person would take that and say, okay, I didn't reach my goal. So what it is that I need to change. Now I'm able to question the people who didn't back my company up, or reached out to people and get questions, get feedback. Now I could go back to the drawing board, make some changes, tweak it a little bit, get some feedback, and guess what? I could come right back and do it again. Now people, and you would get so much respect as a business owner, because people respect a person with integrity, that's open-minded, and that's willing to pivot. So now if I come back again and make some changes based on the feedback I was getting, you might get 10 times more than what you originally was asking for.
Yeah.
So that's the beauty of it.
Mama Peace, welcome to the chat. Wilson 859. And you know, another thing to kind of piggyback on that, when you come into a crowdfunding platform, any crowdfunding platform, you definitely want to build some traction before you even come on here, right? You don't just, okay, I woke up with an idea, let me go on Crowd Wall Street. Like, no, how this works is you got to brand yourself. You got to brand by you branding, because when you come on our platform, we're going to see, well, what have you done? So this is your idea. How hard have you gone to kind of brand yourself, to kind of get things started a little bit? Like, what have you done, right? Just like the banks or anybody else want to invest in your company just because it's an idea, but you haven't done, you know, all the background work before you. Nah, you just, oh, I got a dope idea, it's gonna hit. Hey, look, it's worth $1 billion. This nah. But you want to know what have you done, right?
Anyway.
Yeah. Exactly, Chris. And so look. Exactly. So the same way everybody sees Shark Tank is the same way with us. What have you done? When they come out doing Shark Tank, they want to know, you want $300,000, right? We're venture capitalists, right? Venture capitalists are basically people who invest in large or minority stakes in companies to get them funded and help them grow with their expertise, or maybe they know people in the industry that can help them grow. Venture capitalists, right? But when you look at Shark Tank, when them people come on there and they, okay, I need $300,000 and I'm going to give you 10% equity in my company, what have you done already? Like, what warrants you to come on here and demand that you want $300,000? Why should we invest $300K in your business? We're billionaires, but that don't mean we just want to throw it away. And these companies fail. Give us what kind of credibility or what kind of branding have you built for your company? What kind of traction?
That goes to the question. What's, I think, Nav?
Nav D1. Yeah, to Nav. Yeah.
Chris, to his question, what do you present on a platform? There you go. It's the same way as if you wasn't using crowdfunding. If you have a product and service, you have to market to your potential market.
On your Instagram, Facebook.
Right. You selling water, a t-shirt, soap, whatever you're selling, you still have to pitch your business. So what it is just we're creating where, for the most part, your social media platform is saturated with all different types of people. So you're gonna have people who support your business. You're gonna have people that don't support your business. Right. You're gonna have people who just don't care what you post. You're gonna have people who just want to talk down on you. Whatever you're saturated with many different people. Right. The difference is on our platform, at least you know these people that's on our platform are ready to back your company up. They have the mindset, they're listening and see what it is. So when you ask the question, what you're presenting your business. If you're looking to raise $10,000, you have to explain why.
Right.
You have to explain your product and services, why you created it, what's the benefits of it, how the people who are going to back your company, how they're going to benefit from it. And then last but not least, if I'm looking to raise $10,000, what I need the money for, what I'm going to use it for.
There we go.
You can't just say, oh, I need $20,000 for my business.
Because it's a great idea.
Why?
And it's $1 billion.
I just need it. But see, the thing is, it helps you create business sense, business knowledge. This is where we lack it as Black founders and Black entrepreneurs, because we don't think strategically like that. So what we're doing is putting you in a position to be able to understand. Like, if you can't explain your business in 3 minutes, then you have to go back to the drawing board. Yeah. You have to be able to explain your business in 3 minutes. Second question, how big is your crowd? Right now, we have a private Facebook group of over 260 people right now.
Yeah.
Our goal, we just launched, what, 2 weeks?
2 weeks ago. Yeah, 2 weeks.
That's that. We just
So
launched.
that's like 100
So we
a
have
week.
260 people. Huh?
That's like 100 a week. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have like 260 people right now. Our goal is to get at 1,000. So every Wednesday night, we're going to be interviewing entrepreneurs and crowd. It's not going to be our pitch to crowd. Our pitch to crowd will only be for founders and entrepreneurs that's on our platform, raising capital.
Right.
But before that happens, we're going to be interviewing entrepreneurs and business owners and just having these conversations. So, just to spark up some interest and conversation. That way we can help brand your company as well. But once you become on our platform and you're raising capital on our platform, we will have what's called pitch the crowd. And pitch the crowd will be like we just discussed, where you present your business to these people and explain your business, why you need the capital, what are you using the capital for, and the crowd will be able to ask you questions. Yeah. Because think about it, you're not pitching to Damian John or Mr. Wonderful or none of these people who already got billions. These are investors. They're not your customers. When I'm talking about Shark Tank, they're mainly investors. Their mindset is what's going to be my return on my investment? ROI. Right? Yeah. So when we're talking about pitching the crowd, not only are you pitching to investors, but you also pitching to potential customers. So it helps your business when you think about it. It helps your business because these are the people you need to listen to, because these are the people that's going to help grow your business. So they're going to ask you questions from a consumer standpoint, not just an investor standpoint. They're going to ask you from a consumer standpoint. How do you become an investor? Just create an account. www.crowdwallstreet.com. Yeah. It's free to create an account. We have what's called Crowd Wall Street University. You can click on there. We have basic educational material in there for you to learn as an investor. We have more information coming out as we launch our equity portion. You can also join our Facebook group, Crowd Wall Street Group on Facebook. Just type in Crowd Wall Street Group. Join, get in, because every Sunday at 3 o'clock, we're going to be doing live trainings, live, educational stuff. And we're going to teach you guys because, again, like we said before, this is a new asset class that we did not have access to. We're going to teach you just how you invest in public companies on the stock market. We're going to teach you how to invest in private companies.
We want to get them before they go public.
Before they go public. So we're going to teach you, how these wealthy individuals invested in Facebook, Tesla, and Uber, and Postmates and all these companies before they went public. So we're going to teach you as an investor what to look for, understanding valuation, understanding, the risk factors, and understanding the due diligence process. And we're going to also educate our founders and entrepreneurs on how to raise capital on crowdfunding.
And another thing too, you got to understand, as a founder and an entrepreneur, when you come on our platform, be ready. They're going to ask you questions, right? So we want to play with the big boys. So we got to be ready to answer the questions that's going to be asked when you get to this magnitude thing. So they're going to be asking you, how much have your company made in the last 2 years? Why should we, they're going to be grilling you. So you want to play with the big boys, you got to be ready to answer these questions. You get on Shark Tank and you see they be grilling them. People be on there crying and all this and all that. And my mom died and all. That's cool. We respect that. Sorry about your loss. But how, so this is business. That's not my mom. My condolences. I'm sorry. It's like, I'm sorry to hear that. But at the end of the day, if you can't tell me how I can get an ROI on my investment, then this is not a business for me. My dog died and this was the inspiration behind it. That is dope. But so you want $1 million, how would I be able to get a return on my investment? What is the benefit of doing business with you? What is the benefit? And if you can't answer that, okay, my business has been out for 10 years. Okay, well, how much have you made annually for the last 3 years? And you stuttering and all that, you ain't ready for that. All this stuff look good on the outside. Oh, yeah, I can do that, this and that. Until you get in front of them dogs, and we talking big numbers, and you stuttering, okay, nah. So this is what we mean by we got to think bigger. We got to do our homework. Build your brand
And this
before
is
you come on these
what,
platforms. Why are you here? Oh, because so far I have an audience of a couple thousand, and I did 500,000, and I know with you guys' expertise in this industry, you can help me get to that $1 million a year area or whatnot, and we can scale the business from there. So we have a great product. This is what we do. This and that. You gotta be able to come at it. And this ain't none of that. Oh, nah. This ain't no barber shop cutting hair or selling whatever. Nah, this is the real deal. We want to create more billionaires. We want to create more billionaires. So we want to think, when we think of business, we want to think on a larger scale. It's okay to want to be a billionaire. You got your people, oh, what's you get all that money for? This and that. Have you seen the world? Do you see what's going on in the world? And the people who got the money, they're the ones that influence everything. The people, listen, every time the election come around, oh, yeah, we got to help the black people and all that. That's the only time we get love. When the election come around, we got to do this for the black people and, low paying jobs and people getting fired and low job rates. But the people who really end up getting help because they get in, they forget about us, is the people that put that money in their pocket. So imagine if you got a politician that's black and you stay in Inglewood or you're in Kansas City or in Miami and you got a minority party. Now you got money because all this, group economics, we can put money in his pocket to help promote him and get him in seat. You know what I'm saying? So this is how you can help your community, by being in business, but on a larger scale. The mom and pop businesses is great. We love it. That's the foundation of the business world, the mom and pop businesses. But however, just like Jeff Bezos and all these, Jeff Bezos started his garage and he scaled it the way he did. Mark Zuckerberg started in the dorm and he scaled it the way he did. Let's think of businesses that we can scale to that multi-billion-dollar level. Listen, there's 2,050 billionaires in the whole world on planet Earth. Do you know less than 15% of them are black? And then these are recent billionaires. Jay-Z, you got Robert Smith, you got Oprah, you got Michael Jordan. Like just those three, Jay-Z, like they're recent within the last 20 years. We got these young cats that's these white, they 30 years old billionaires. Boom. Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, he's like 35 to 36 billionaire. We got to start thinking on that level, man. There's nothing wrong with the smaller businesses, but let's think on this level. You hear about these dudes raising money to buy these companies. The Rock, he just bought XFL, Extreme Football League. We got to think on that level. Well, how was The Rock able to do that? This league costs this much. How was The Rock able to do that? Because The Rock was able to get people around him, and they crowded funds together, and they syndicated the deal. They got money together, and then they put that money towards that deal. And they was able to buy that league. Or Byron Allen. Byron Allen paid $300 million for 30 news channels or whatever. How was he able to do that? His net worth is only $300 million because he got people together, they crowded their funds, and then they put that money towards that. So this is the billionaires game. We trying to teach y'all, put y'all up on. We got to get our people to think on this level. This is how we can control things. This is how, and not being skeptical. You know what I'm saying? Like, do our homework, do our research. So before you come on our platform, make sure you did some branding for yourself. Why should we invest in your company? Why should Crowd Wall Street get our venture capitalists and our angel investors and our private equity? Why should they invest in your company? So how your stuff in order, man? We got to change the way we do business. We got to help.
We'll help you. I said we'll help them.
Yeah, we're going to help you. Yeah. So we want to make sure we got everything together. So when you think about going to the banks, instead of going to the banks, you can come to Crowd Wall Street and raise capital on our platform. You see what I'm saying?
That's the whole idea, man. That's right now.
With economics.
That's what we're doing. We're focusing on helping you start your business in a way where you can scale it. Where we're able to help you gain access to money, man.
That's it. Yeah, listen. The goal is to make 6-7 figures a month. That's where we at. So the goal is to make 6-7 figures a month. When you start talking about 6-7 figures a month, people, they got you crazy. Oh, you ain't an athlete, you ain't a basketball, you ain't a rapper. What team you play for? You do listen, there's other ways to get it. It's other ways. Look, Robert Smith, one of the wealthiest people in the world, $5 billion network, he owns a private equity firm. And basically what he do is he buy technology, tech companies. He buy companies. Like everybody buy real estate, which is cool, but you can buy companies as well. There's so many ways to get it outside of sports and music and entertainment. We trying to do 6 figures a month. So whether 100,000 or 500,000, it's the days of driving. Like I'm in California right now, you guys. I'm in LA. And me and wifey and the kids, we go through Beverly Hills and Bel Air. and we'll post on our streams on our YouTube channel and stuff like that. And people are like, what? How you going to buy this house? How you going to buy this mansion? You got to be a music star, this and that. But it's like, it's other ways to get it. Our people are so boxed in. It's other ways to get it. And this is what we're talking about, right? 6 figures a month. This is what we're talking about. Big deals. We want to go big. It's better to say, when I see my team coach made 40,000 in 1 month. Yeah, exactly. It's counting down right now. So it's saying we got 6 months. 5 seconds. We're going to get back on, you guys. We're going to get right back on.